Now, just some breaking news. UK authorities are currently responding to multiple incidents in the English Channel as people smugglers send inflatables into the water in poor weather conditions. Well, our home and security editor, Mark White, joins us now with more. Mark, what's going on?
Well, we've had several days of bad weather, so it's been impassable, really, for these small boats to get across the channel. The weather conditions have improved slightly, but it's still pretty treacherous out there. People smugglers have put at least 7 boats into the water, which predictably have got into trouble. So we've got multiple lifeboats, Dover, Ramsgate, Dungeness, all responding to incidents along with several Border Force vessels. One of the most worrying incidents we're getting reports of is the Cobert Light Buoy, which is about 9 miles off the Dover coast or off the Kent coast. Reports of someone sitting on top of this light buoy, waving for assistance. The rescue services have responded. They found possessions belonging to someone on top of that buoy. No sign of the person that was on top of the buoy. So fears that that person may have been swept into the water. There's at least 7 small boats that have been pushed into the water so far this morning, about 250 to 300 migrants that have been picked up and are being taken to the Kent coast.
Really, really extraordinary, especially for this time of year. We're getting on for late autumn. It's feeling like winter is fast approaching. These are the normal scenes that we see in perhaps June, July and August, when the weather is warm, when the water is calm. Why now?
Well, there is a big change in the risks that the people smugglers are willing to take. We noticed that about a year ago when normally we would get the boats coming across in the calm weather of the summer months, then that would cease during the rougher weather over the winter months. Last year that changed. They were pushing boats into the water over the winter, and then, of course, you'll remember in November, one boat sank with 27 people on board who drowned. Well, again, this winter, they're pushing the boats into the channel in poor weather conditions, and there are reports that we've had in recent months of single fatalities, people that have gone missing and drowned. The true number we'll probably never know, but authorities are really, really concerned that people smugglers just don't give a hoot. They just want to make the money. If people are willing to take the risk and cross the channel, then they'll push these boats out into the water.
I mean, for many people, the conversation around the small boats is often one that is a political football, but this has really illuminated that this very much is a matter of life and death.
It is. I mean, people are rightly concerned that our borders have been flouted and that criminal gangs are pushing people into the water to come across. Now, remember, these people are actually seeking out these criminal gangs to come across in the first place. But at the end of the day, the maritime authorities have a duty of care. They have to respond to incidents where people are getting into difficulties in the water. That's what we're seeing today. Multiple ongoing incidents at the moment, and some very real concerns out there that it may only be a matter of time before we see another large-scale tragedy like we did last November.